Hello, internet friends. Something weird has happened, something that shouldn't happen if you're a PC gamer. There's a tower of power down here doing its dusty thing. Really need to dust it. So, what the hell is this? What is this doing here? You've got a PC, why the heck do you need a console? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So, why on God's green and pleasant PC earth have I bought a PS5? Well, short answer GTA 6. It's more complicated than that, and I'm going to get into it. But the first and most compelling reason for me is the upcoming release of Grand Theft Auto 6 and Rockstar's practice of releasing their games on console first, PC later. It happened with Red Dead 2 most recently, and of course it happened with GTA 5. And although the later PC releases were well received and added features not there at launch, such as first person, and took advantage of the greater power available on PC to power the game's simulation and graphics, it was, to put it mildly, absolute torture watching people play for it over a year, I think, before I got to have a go at GTA. So there is no way I'm going to do that again, not for GTA. And so in that respect, I've fallen for Rockstar's strategy of the double dip. Get people to buy the game once on console and then later when the PC version releases for the technical upgrade. And I should say I'm not the sort of person who would usually do that sort of thing. I'm pretty frugal, I'm patient, do like to save money. So I'm not an early adopter of things like VR. I generally sit back and watch the early adopters tell me what it's like, and I jump on board once the tech is ready, in that case, or once GTA is ready. But this time, not so much. But GTA 6 is not the only reason I bought a console for the first time in 20 years. For reference, the last one I had was PS2. So I missed 3, 4 of the PlayStation. I missed all the Xboxes, never had an Xbox. I've been perfectly happy with my PC since back then, really. I migrated to PC. More than happy. I was a console gamer. You know, that's really where gaming got its hooks into me early on, but at some point I moved on to PC. It's afforded me access to everything I've wanted to play at a very high technical level. You can go as, you know, there's no limit on PC in terms of how much power you can have. Consoles are always lagging behind the PC. It's allowed me to mod games, stream games. If you're on a console, it's much harder to put things on YouTube, stream. If you want to start a gaming channel, all you need is a PC, OBS, which is free, open broadcast software, and an internet connection, and you're good to go. On console, you have to jump through many more hoops. But all that taken into account, PC gaming has become a little bit stale for me lately. After 20 plus years, I suppose it's to be expected. I sit in a chair at my PC, use the mouse and keyboard almost exclusively, and access the same old programs, shop for games, shop fronts, and so on. The ecosystem for PC gaming is decades old for me at this point, and honestly, I'm just a little bit bored of it. I need to shake things up. I miss the days when I would lounge on a sofa with a controller. I miss the whole process of games being painless. The one thing about PC is you're always having to mess with the configuration of games. Maybe they don't work out of the box. There are all these different configurations of PCs, and I wouldn't change it. It's part of the openness of the platform, but it's also part of the problem with the platform. The number of games I've bought and had to spend an hour messing with configuration files to get them to work because the graphics card I've got isn't playing nice with the game. I've lost count of the times. So those are the three main reasons that I've bought a PS5. At this point, the upcoming release of GTA 6, a desire to shake things up after playing the same way for so long, and memories of gaming being a little bit more straightforward. God, how long has it been since GTA 5 released? I'd just do a quick Google search. 2013 on PS3 and Xbox 360, then 2014 for the next-gen consoles, that would be PS4 at the time and Xbox One, then April 2015 came out on PC. We're over a decade out from that initial release, but I remember it well, watching all my favourite YouTube channels at the time, most of them defunct now, although Rooster Teeth might be coming back, but I watched all their videos, their Let's Play channel. GTA 5 was just so much fun to watch. Played this amazing sandbox game. But by the time it was my turn, not only had the excitement faded, because remember, I'm waiting like nearly 2 years actually going on those numbers for GTA. So I'd watched all these videos, and by the time I got to play it, it was feeling a little bit old hat, and I'd seen most of what was in the game. The technical upgrades were nice. I'm in first person now, yeah, but I'd missed the boat, hadn't I? I'd not jumped in at the initial stages, and I don't want it to happen again for me. I want to be there at the start, experiencing GTA 6, not being shown the game by streamers. And here's a sobering thought: this might be the last time I, and maybe some of you watching, are going to be at an age when we give a damn about a release like this. I'm 47 now. Jesus. If the next GTA follows the same development timescale as this one, then I'll be nearly 60 by the time GTA 7 is on the horizon, or an equivalent of this kind of scale and scope that makes an impact. I'm thinking at that time, even though I'll probably still be playing games, I won't be getting overly hyped for them. I hope not, anyway. With age comes this sense of having seen it all before, and I'm currently at the stage where I've only really experienced a big smash title like this. I mean, GTA was always big back in the day. I played Vice City, and GTA 4 was big, but GTA 5 was monumental. I think it is the biggest selling game of all time. It's a media and a cultural event, and so maybe it'll be the last time that I'm of an age and I have the interest level to really give a monkeys about it, and I want to enjoy it. I'm doing that gamer thing, obviously, of getting overhyped, but it feels nice. It feels familiar, and I don't want to deny that sense of gamer hype. We all fall for it. The games can never live up to expectations, but I'm really looking forward to GTA 6. In the meantime, I've got this new PS5 and I can explore those other aspects of playing on a console that I talked about that I've missed. And so far, it's ticking all the boxes for me. I've been struck by just how slick the experience is compared to PC. If it was straightforward in the days of the PS2, it's now down to a science. Firing up the PlayStation 5, listening to the soothing ambient music, navigating the buttery smooth menus, browsing the store. I should mention why I went for PlayStation and not Xbox, because if you go for one and not the other, people assume you hate the other. Not the case, obviously. I'm a Microsoft baby. I've been using their operating system for years. It's the way I interface with the PC, and I've been buying Xbox titles through the PC. You can play them on a PC through the Microsoft Store, so Xbox Store. But that's precisely the reason I went for PlayStation. I want something different. I want something that's not tethered to PC, that doesn't kind of generate from PC and Microsoft. Even though exclusives are less of a thing, there are still games on PlayStation you can't get until PC later. They have started releasing them on PC, but later on again. And I also wanted to try the PlayStation controller. I use an Xbox controller when I need to for PC games, see if it really is as immersive and slick as people say. The PS5 is the first modern controller I've clicked in and not wanted to turn off the rumble feature immediately. There's actually a tangible variation in the range of tactile feedback. You get these little pulses, subtle shakes for emphasis, low vibrations, all the way up to meaty impacts and explosions. It actually makes sense to have those rumbles and shakes on. Astro's Playroom shows off the features best. And I don't think all games use them, but it's pretty impressive what they demonstrate that it can do. Didn't realize the pad at the top was touch sensitive, or that it had a motion sensor, so you can tilt the controller back and forth, or you could basically unplug it and sit wherever you like. My worries were, I bet the cable you get isn't long enough. You unplug the bugger and you've not got to worry. We'll see about the battery life, but it's too early to tell. Probably sounds all really old hat to anyone who's got PlayStation already, but remember, I've not been console gaming for many, many years. There's a chance this might start to sound like it's sponsored by Sony, but I've been impressed, really impressed. Feels good in the hand, the controller. I always liked the PS1 and 2 controllers, and using the PS5, it felt like coming home a little bit. PlayStation was my kind of it was the main console beyond, I think, what did I get before I migrated to PlayStation? I was a Sega boy, yeah. Started out with the Nintendo Entertainment System, that's going back a long, long way. Then the Sega Mega Drive, and I had all the others, but that was the main one, and then went to PlayStation and CD and stuff at like the turn of the century. It's not even the Pro controller, it's just the basic one that you get with the PS5. I went for the basic PS5. I don't need the Pro because I'd rather upgrade the PC, buy a graphics card for the PC. Just upgraded the motherboard so it's ready for one. I really wanted to show off the menus more. I'll do a little bit of footage on my camera, but The built-in record feature doesn't work in the OS, just in the game, so I don't have a dedicated way to record PS5 footage yet. Like I say, you have to jump through more hoops to record console gameplay. You need a dedicated capture system or device. But as you can see, it looks really nice and it's easy to get onto your computer. This is just recorded with the built-in record feature. You can record up to an hour, you can record highlights, and to get it off the hard drive, off the PlayStation, if you want to do some editing, some proper editing, on your PC, you can just drag it to an external hard drive, record in MP4, and then you're good to go. You can edit on the PS5. Actually, I think with the tools they've got an app called Share Factory Studio where you can do a lot of editing. It's very, very good. And I think if you were starting out and you wanted to just record footage, put something on the internet, make a YouTube channel, you could do it. You could do it just with the PS5. What game have I bought first? Miles Morales or the latest God of War? No, flipping Tactics Ogre, a game I've already got on Steam and one that definitely doesn't show off any of the features of the controller. It's a remake of a game from 30 years ago, but it just never felt right playing it on the PC. I wanted to go back to the days when I'd come home from class and fire up my PlayStation. How much nostalgia is factoring into all this, I can't tell, probably a fair amount, but it definitely feels better played with the controller while relaxing in an easy chair. I wonder how one of my favourite games from years ago, another classic XCOM 2, would feel untethered from the PC. That feels like a game where you've got to sit up and pay attention, but maybe that's all in my head, has been all along. Maybe I'll feel less pressure in an armchair. I'm aware of telling people things they already know. It's not unusual for the people I watch to have a computer and every console in addition, so maybe all of this is old news to you, but it's new to me, and for the first time in a long time, I'm actually looking forward to relaxing at the end of the day and playing some games. Something about physically being somewhere else, away from where I work, it makes me want to play games again. I really hadn't expected it to make that much difference, but it has done. Even when it comes to media watching as well. The selling point of the PS2 was the DVD drive. It was a gaming console that could also play movies, and it served that function for me, saved so much money not having to buy a separate DVD player. I wasn't expecting anything like that to happen with the PS5, but I'm finding that it is. I'm in that comfortable chair, relaxing. It's so slick and easy to switch between the game that you're playing and Twitch or YouTube or Netflix, watch a movie. I find that I'm watching lots of that stuff on PS5. I suppose the lesson I've learned from all this is that even though what we consume is increasingly digital, and in theory there's no difference between Tactics Ogre on a PC or a PS5, we're still physical creatures. Where we are, something as simple as where we're sitting, affects our mood, our attitude, and therefore that has a massive effect on our enjoyment of games, for instance, or movies. So it's a purchase I'm happy I made, even though that killer app isn't going to be out for a while. Does anyone actually think GTA 6 is coming in 2026? Let me know in the comments. And let me know if you're a PC gamer who's been toying with the idea of buying a console for whatever reason and what console that might be. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I've been Nap Yet, and I'll see you in the next one.